Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are somewhere live doing something today. And I'll tell you, although I thought I was live on a couple of Facebook places, I'm not. So I'm only live in one. I'm also live in MJ's house. And we're just waiting for people because I'll be honest, I think that unless you direct people, it's very difficult for them to know really what you expect them to do. So I am busy beginning to learn to direct things. We're in Clubhouse, we're on Facebook in one place, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, and we're on X. So Elon, where are you, mate? Because I've been here a while. Good morning, Alexia on Clubhouse. I am just going to make you a moderator. There we go. I hope that's worked. Oh, it says you're not in the room. I mean, clearly you are. Clearly you are. And clearly I've turned you into a moderator. Now, there we go. And now people are finding the room. Isn't it interesting where when I don't post it for people, or maybe it's Clubhouse, maybe, who knows? There'll be a reason why, guys, we were waiting. But I'll tell you, maybe I was a little early. Perhaps my phone is just a little ahead of the game. So good morning, everybody. It's great to see you. We are talking all things, well, I'll tell you, we're live everywhere, by the way. We're talking all things this stuff. And I'll tell you, nobody can see because they're not here. They're not with me. If you are here, pop it in the chat. Go on, I dare you. I dare you. Put a message. Say, I'm here, and put one. And if you're not here, don't put two because that'll be later. If you're here later and you're watching it on replay, we're in this multi-purpose studio now. You can do what you want with it once you've done it. So we're live, and then later we can repurpose it. And honestly, there's no creation. Don't ever call me a content creator, by the way. But there is no creation. What there is only duplication now. So remember, you heard it here first. The original thought is it's original. And it's not going to be very common, a bit like that common sense. Hang on. So, good morning. I am Mandy Jane. You are in MJ's house. And MJ's house comprises of an awful lot of things, like many of our houses. I think we've all got a house. And if we haven't, we've got a tent. And if we haven't got that, we live in a care home. And if we haven't, we've got a roof over our head, right? And if you haven't, come and see me. Because literally, we need to go and have a look at that. But good morning, those that are here. Please do share out this space, whatever roof you've got over your head right now. And please say good morning in the chat and tell me whether you know that you've got a roof over your head. Have you? I'm going to write my answer. Yes. I'm going to put it, I have a roof over my head. Do you have a roof over your head? That's my question. I do. I've not spelt it right, but I do have a roof over my head, and I'll put it in the chat, and I'll tell you why. And I think you should put it in the chat, because being grateful remains even though we are no longer in Gratitude Week. I am alluding to the fact that we are still, and I say still as if it's going to end, we are still grateful for Matt, for Camilla, for Alexia, for James, for Jew, for anyone that you can bring to mind right now, even if it's MJ or Pete or Georgia, or your kids' names, or your grandma, right? You. I'm grateful for you. And I've specifically thought about each of you and everybody else in the world this morning because, well, the universe, because I use that attitude of gratitude. You know, I've done some deep diving. And last night, I have to say that my sit-down comedy was charged by gratitude. I did my second sit-down. So you're under a good roof. You're here in MJ's house. It's a good house. And it's filled with many things. For a start, it's filled with you. And it's filled with love. Right? What do I love? Well, I love you. That's the first thing. And if you don't believe me, come and meet me. Because I do. I love you. And I love you because love is free. And The universe flows through us. It's not from us. Therefore, there's no lack. It's not possible for there to be. So if you think there is, you're not yet correct. And if you're worried about there being a lack, then I promise you unequivocally that I've evidenced that that's not the truth. So if we can begin from a place where we know that we're connected, we know that you're in Belonging in Business, it's Saturday morning and it's 8 o'clock, and that's just what happens. Belonging in Business belongs where it does, which is in business. Whether that business is Monday to Friday, or whether it's Saturday and Sunday, or which bloody day it is, we all belong in business, and we belong there 7 days a week. Why? Well, that's the government's proposal for putting us to work, yeah? Remember, we are hamsters on a wheel. Please never let it be said that anyone would be expecting us to be getting off that wheel. Remember what the devil said in Outwitting the Devil. He said, drift is the greatest thing for me. Now, we wonder about whose agenda is writing whose agenda here, because actually drift is an incredibly gifted space, and it's what I do when I move into gratitude and meditation every day, many times a day. I drift. Do I? Actually, my focused intention is not drifty, but my energy is. So allow your energy to drift into gratitude whilst also remaining anchored on your intentions. I think that's what we call balance. Now, achieving balance isn't the easiest thing to do in the world, but when you do, the energy that you attract is second to none. It just is. And again, if you don't believe me, come and watch, because it is and it does. It's a magnet, and it's a magnet, well, as many magnets as you've got hearts, right? And I think I'm an octopus, and they have 3 hearts. And my magnetism, therefore, well, it's tripled. It should be really just doubled, because I should have been a twin. I absorbed my own twin, but actually it's tripled in that I'm a bit of an octopus heart. You know, if you think about how much love you can have, maybe it's the amount of resonance coming from your heart, because every organ has its own vibration. Maybe if you have 3 hearts or 4 kidneys, right? Maybe, maybe there's a different resonance going out. Maybe you sing a different song of the soul. Anyway, today you're under a roof. You're under MJ's house, and I'm grateful that you're here. Please share this space. Please tell your friends. Please come along. Let's share this not only with the World Wide Web, but with everyone you know and love. Because actually, being together in Belonging in Business, wherever we're belonging, is the only way to be. We know it's only about us. It literally is about us. The rest of the world right now doesn't that matter, because they're not here, but they are. So it is all about us. We can't do to us what we don't do to other people, whether they're here or they're not. We're doing it to them, and they are equally doing it to themselves. So we are doing it to us as well. So remember that what we're doing here, we're doing everywhere. So if we begin with that intention in mind, then we're in MJ's house and we have a roof over our head. We're in equilibrium. We love each other. We belong, and we know we've got a roof over our own head, our own individual head. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. And I wanted to say that this morning I'm also grateful for everything that's under my roof. Everything that's under my roof. Everything that's under my roof is everything that I've ever wanted to have under my roof, or it wouldn't be there. So I need to be grateful for everything under my roof, because otherwise I wouldn't have asked for it. And I am just looking at some of the notes that I look at, because much as I wanted to set the scene, much as I want you to feel at home, much as I want you to know that you're in my kitchen, actually, yeah, I could move my my camera around, but I won't. You're in my kitchen. It's a kitchen lounge. It's a what is it? Anyway, I don't know what they call it. Anyway, a kitchen lounge. So I have a kitchen area and I'm in a lounge. I've got a bigger flat than I had, but I definitely chose it. And, you know, there's so many things here that comfort me. My coffee. For those of you that are online, I'm drinking my coffee. I think about our belonging, and I think about our community, and I wonder whether you perhaps think that community is a challenge. Because I think that when we realise that we need each other, and I'm shit on my own, I don't know about you, if you can just imagine now, not having the World Wide Web, not having electricity, not having your family members, not having anyone to phone, not having this clubhouse room, not having me. We need each other, right? Yourself. Imagine the only thing you had was you. Now, there might be some of you going, do you know what? I'll be absolutely fine, MJ. Don't you worry. On you go, girl. Let's all sort that out. I would suggest that actually we would starve without the commune with one another, whether that's via voice. That used to be a software app via voice. So did Dragon, but now we've got Talk Type. Anyway, things evolve, right? But voice doesn't. We know what resonates as true. My true resonance resonates with you. And as we understand that today is a pretty great day, it's inclusion week, right? There's all sorts going on at this time of year. You get to September, the kids go back to school, and everything kicks off between now and Christmas. We know that. We're only a couple of weeks off absolute bedlam, right? On the road to Christmas. I said it 100 days ago. I'm saying it again. You know you're on the road. You might as well get there. But right now, we're doing the whole feel good. It is Inclusion Week. It's not just that, it's the world's biggest coffee morning, right? That's where everybody takes a morning and has a bloody coffee. Well, I say, definitely. I have the world's greatest coffee, and if you want to know what it is, message me. Get a hold of me on social media because you need what I'm taking. And if you don't think you do, try it for 30 days. To be honest, I'll give you your money back. Literally. I dare you. Double dare you. I don't think you will. Do what you want. But if you want to understand why I drink the greatest coffee in the world, come on. Bring it on. But my biggest focus this morning is about the spirit of community. It's not just a day for having a brew. It's a powerful moment where inclusion and awareness and support have to be at the epicenter of everything we do. Now, why did I talk about coffee? I'm going to take you back because 4 years ago I wasn't very well, and most of you know that. I was in hospital. I was in York District. I was intubated, York District General, and I was very, very, very ill, multiple organ failure. We know, for those in the room, those that are not listening in the room, we know that I know now, I didn't then, that there's a powerful mushroom called a reishi mushroom. And it's known for its adaptogenic properties. Adaptogenic, I can't say it, adaptogenic. It means basically it goes where it needs to. It helps the body manage stress. It boosts my immune system. And it helps with overall well-being. This is what it says. Now, apparently you're not allowed to make, statements about stuff. But I can because I've eaten it. And that's what happened for me. These are the babies of the mushroom in capsule form. But it also gives me an energy boost. And I'm not being funny. As a trainee social worker, I need an energy boost. If you're a teacher, and I am one, a Senko, and I am one, or a psychotherapist, for goodness sake, or a psychologist, I'm in that field. I'm not a psychologist. If you're a social worker, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, knackered. And if your immune system seems a bit stressed, if your skin's noodled, if you don't really sleep very well, just saying, if your anxiety is, I'll tell you, back in that hospital, I was not well. Now, I'm not expecting you to get to there. I wouldn't like you to get to there. I'd like you to stop and think about where you are before you get to there. But for those of you that are on that road, you can get there and you can come back. Look, here I am. Maybe not all of you, but some of you. So give it a go if you really want to. But if I was you, I'd stop and I'd just listen a minute. Because imagine if I said, look, let's have a coffee today. And in that coffee, I'm going to stick, you can't see it, but you could taste it and feel it. But I'm going to instead, but you can if you ask. Hang on. A coffee that gives you the energy I'm asking about to support that immune system response, which, by the way, I've lost about 5-6 stone. My multiple organ failure is reversed, I would suggest. Can't claim it, really. Can't claim anything, but I'm not dead yet. Yeah, that's quite a good indicator. And I was, but I'm not now. And it also reduces your anxiety. You know that thing you feel, that dread? Just going to take you back to that hotel. It wasn't a hotel. To that hospital bed. When they put a DNAR on me, a do not artificially resuscitate, without my family's request, and without my knowledge. When I heard that discussion deep from intubation, my answer was no. That was it. Plain and simple. My answer was no. My enhanced clarity has led me to the understanding that it was a government proposal to say yes to DNARs, and I've since found the evidence for it. I didn't need the evidence because my mental clarity, drinking these mushroom babies, is second to none. It's a pick-me-up. It's a tool. It's not everything. It's not everything. It's not everything. This is water. These are, yeah, sorry, but I've got them. I haven't opened these. Stress drops. All these things are all tools. This is reading. This is my angel cards. All of it. Hang on. Here we go. This is the one. This will prove to you that I don't just say it. I bloody well do it. This is, and I'm not an advert of it, but this is my latest poop test for Zoe that needs to go back, because that's just what I do. That is what I do. This is the water for when I finished. Yeah. So the coffee is just a tool. But it's also, remember that today, it's not just a tool for making you feel great. And if you drink coffee that's caffeine, this is caffeine, yeah, but it doesn't give you the jitters like other caffeine coffee. And it's the only one that's not moldy. Go and have a look at mold toxicity, I can't even say it, in coffee. And then have a look at the coffee I've got, literally. Well, drink it and then see. And it is coffee and cake day, so I'm allowed to talk about coffee right on Coffee Day. Excuse me. But today, it's also about, this week, an inclusion, about Macmillan Cancer Support. And last night, thankfully, I raised money for cancer support for a local hospice for a lady, and a hospice that's been treating her in Newport at Newport Fugitives Athletics Club. And we raised so much money. So much money. So I put my mouth where the money is, and I put my money where my mouth is. I believe that today, this event, today, when you put the kettle on, this coffee and cake event is a symbol of our focus on belonging. our collective acts of kindness. And let me just give a big shout out to my comedy mates, because we trained for 6 weeks together, 6 or 12, I can't remember now. Can't remember whether it was over 12 weeks or over 6 weeks. It was intense, right? And then we did a sit down. Well, they did a stand up, but I did a sit down. I was going to do a roll on, but they didn't have a ramp, so I did a roll around. And last night there was no need for a ramp, so I just rolled around. And actually, I was rolling around in my OEO whilst we raised money. I want to say thank you to the Athletic Fugitives. I think it's called Fugitive Athletics Club at Newport, because they were absolutely banging and the crowd were incredible. So thank you, Newport. We will withdraw all things said last night about Newport, because they were a symbol of solidarity in the community. This is happening to this lady who we care about, and this is our response. And it was incredible. And I was incredibly honoured to have been part of it. I'll be honest, it's the first place I've ever had my expenses for going. And I didn't want them, and I didn't ask for them. And the organiser got something, and so she shared it out amongst the participants. And I just found that really powerful, and I'm going to be donating that to Inclusion today. Solidarity, a collective act of kindness, and a powerful tool for fundraising. So today I'm encouraging you to buy coffee from me. And I'm encouraging you to buy coffee from me because I'm donating it to Inclusion, right? As I get a cut, and of that I give some to Inclusion. And I do that because I'm going to share the love. I don't want it for myself. I want to give love away, because love, you see, actually is a gift. So world's biggest coffee morning began in the 90s, and it was to raise millions of pounds for people affected by cancer. Now, what I do in the community affects people that are affected by cancer, because people with cancer become disabled, and I work with disabled people. Hannah, my coach's wife, became very disabled when her cancer became really active. So this biggest coffee morning has raised so much money for those with cancer, but it's not just about money for cancer. It's about lifting our spirits, right? It's about getting together, and it's about having fun. Now, the thing is, I know what you're thinking. I'm sure you're thinking, why is she trying to bang Reishi coffee together in with the coffee morning? And why is she well, I'll tell you, because it's about inclusion. It just is. It's about broadening our coffee community to allow people to do what they're going to do anyway, which is drink coffee. You know, we can give up lots of things. I'll be honest, I think people would probably give up this over giving up coffee. I mean, I won't, because you've got to drink water, because if you don't, you die. I'm not saying I learnt it, during COVID, but maybe I did. But it is about those that might have health concerns this day, as we focus on coffee. And you notice I'm not really focusing on cake. I'm going to talk to you about cake in a minute. But that if you might avoid talking about health concerns, well, today, talk about them over the coffee. Say, hey, I know a lady. She's called MJ, and she's got some sick coffee. Doesn't make you sick, it makes you well. Well, she can't say that, but it's made her well. It's helped her feel better. It's helped her act better. It's helped her be better. It's helped her show up in the world better. It's helped her live longer, potentially. It's the mushroom of everlasting life. It's reishi. My life's everlasting, I can tell you. Because during COVID, when I was intubated and I did pass over for a little while, I can tell you it doesn't end here. So why am I intentional? Well, because I know where I'm going. I hope you do. It is about creating a space where more people can enjoy their daily brew, even though we have the biggest drug abuse ever in caffeine. Because the reishi balances it out. Not saying you should abuse caffeine, but I'm saying you probably do. Just like we probably abuse ourselves. Look, It's about inclusion in the most human sense today. It's about bringing people together because cancer does not choose background. It doesn't choose age. It doesn't choose gender. It doesn't choose orientation. It just doesn't choose. We are all part of a community together. There's no separation, and if you think there is, you're wrong. And you'll find out that no matter how little contribution you can make, it's all right sitting there and saying, oh, I can't do anything. You say, I haven't got a roof over my head. Sod off. Open your mouth, open your eyes, look around you and ask, how can I help? Are you okay? Are you having a good day? Hello? How are you? I'm not saying put yourself at risk. I'm saying reach out to your brethren, and there will be some brethren. Whatever circle you are in, reach beyond your circle. Hold hands facing out, please, people, even if it's with the people you meet today. We need to create a space where people come together, no matter what's going on. And remember that no matter how small you think your contribution is, actually, we know that we care about ourselves, we care about each other, and we care about the community that we are in. You know, you could even think about hosting a coffee morning, and maybe if you love inclusion and you believe in this, maybe you'll contact me and maybe you'll help me distribute this coffee, and maybe you'll help me next year by having a coffee morning next year, and then we'll sell the coffee but raise the money for cancer and we'll spread the love, right? Why not distribute coffee even if you don't want to? Buy that, distribute it, help inclusion, help cancer research, help yourself. I just think it makes sense. And I'm all about doing shit that makes sense, right? Last night, I made sense when I sat down for the disabled. I sat down for cancer. And I sat down because I can. Wesley, good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you. Nice for you to be here again. I'm going to start with Alexia, but I just wanted to recognize that you're here. And I'm hoping you don't mind me going in stage order unless you're busy. Do you need to run off?
No, I know the whole deal about cancer. My sister's daughter died at the age of 4 from brain cancer.
Yes.
You know, and I sat there in the hospital with my sister while she held her daughter till she turned black.
Yes.
So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
Can I just say something? That's beautiful, in that I'm grateful that your sister's daughter, your niece, was able to visit for those years and experience humanity, her soul to experience humanity for those years, because, you know, some souls, and my sister, my twin, experience being a human soul just for a short while before I absorbed her, right? Which is a bit not very nice to say, but actually we all souls want to have a human experience. Not all, but some, I find. And whether it's just for a moment or whether it's for an eternity, then we all have a path. And I just want to recognize that her impact on your life.
No, but here was the weird deal, MJ.
Yes.
So, my parents, okay, this is a weird freaking story. So, my parents, not that they were, extraordinarily wealthy, but they built this, they were a big contributor to this church.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody. So my niece her name was Holly. And I'm telling you, MJ, I mean, I would literally sit there and listen to her. I mean, we're talking a little 4-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Having conversations with God.
Of course.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the devils, I mean, you can't even imagine.
I promise you.
The devil's under my feet. She was talking and then, I mean, she died of cancer at 4 years old. And my sister held her. Her and I were sitting there in the hospital, till she turned black.
Yeah.
It was bad shit.
It's not positive when you're having to watch it and to be it and then to experience it. But, all experiences gift us the facility for insight. Insight.
Well, absolutely. But I mean, there is no long-term lease on life.
There isn't, my love.
Whether you're a 4-year-old little girl or a 45-year-old man or...
No.
Yeah, there's no long-term lease on life.
There isn't. Every day's a gift, and we don't know. I just thought as I was driving to university the other day, what if, as I'm driving and I was dancing and my music was on and I was smiling, and I tend to try and beam energy to every car that I go past, because I think, well, if nobody else gives a shit about them today, I have. So I like that game. It's like car spotting, oh, there's a Mini, oh, there's a person I can love on and smile at and make eye contact with, and it feeds me, Wesley, it feeds me. So I was thinking to myself, what if right now this was it? What if it just went ping and I was no more? And I thought, I am having just the best day. And I think that's all we can do, is be in the now, plan for the future, and reflect on the past as an element of insight and opportunity for love and growth,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you reflect back on, all the trials and tribulations of life, and you go, I mean, a little 4-year-old girl dies of cancer, or, like you said, you're just driving down the road, having a great time, and jamming to some music, and then blammo.
Indeed.
Life's over.
It is. And you need to be ready in that moment, right? And if we're always ready in that moment to be grateful for everything we've got, then we're always going to die happy. Which is crazy.
Well, I mean, and that's what you got to do. I mean, you've got to just be in the moment of,
I do.
Now, there's some, now, of course, MJ, there's some weird shit people in this world.
Wildly, isn't it? We've been made some weird ways now because of the things we've done to ourselves, right?
Well, it's not, because I don't have the concept of my mind where you would, take another human being. I find it intriguing. I don't know if you're into all this shit, but I watch these, like things about people that killed other human beings.
I don't get it.
I have no concept.
I don't get it. I do find it fascinating because I have literally no. I joke about it. I say things like, oh, if you want to get rid of a human, you need to feed it to pigs. And the reason that I say shit like that, I'll be honest with you, I'm being very honest now, and I joke about it, is because and I know it's not a joke, but I find it, like, what leads you? I've had some pretty dire stuff happen to me, right? I've been attacked, I've been hurt, they put a DNR on me, I've died, I've been abused, I've been, you name it, really, you name it, I've probably been it. And I haven't killed anybody yet. I mean, I tried to kill myself, but I haven't killed anybody yet. So maybe, Wesley, maybe it's that we are either in, so maybe the pain goes in and we focus in, or it happens and we focus out, and then those things. So maybe, hey Shula, hey Stay, it's great to see you. I need to book an appointment. We need to see each other. Sorry, I brought work into Saturday, although it is belonging in business. But Wesley, maybe, hey, maybe that. Maybe that. What my wish is today is that people can manifest their intentions through the act of accepting all of themselves, because I think if we show appreciation for all parts of ourselves, thinking just very quickly about what you're saying about the fascination of the difficulty of that we can manifest. I feel quite strongly about this. And the cards that have just come up for me, because I did pull them on account of the fact that I was led to, and I'm just going to live with that, and I'm not that interested whether what anybody thinks about that, because I'm going to lead with my own intentions and belief, is that the situation that we're inquiring about here, say the angels apparently, is that it's spirit level, and that actually that it's what we put our energy into is what we create. There we go. You see what we put our, look at that, what we create. I'm showing the card, flipping egg. It's a dead sexy angel manifesting magic. He's not wearing a top. I'm wondering why he's not wearing a top, but there we are. Maybe you don't wear a top in angel heaven. I'm all right with him not wearing a top. I'll be honest. He cannot wear a top. Hello, angel. I don't know what his name is, but I quite like what he's manifesting. And it just says, we've got to believe in what we manifest being what we think about is what we make. And the card is bang next door to it. I'm just going to be honest, straight up with that. It's bang next door to it in the same pack. And it says, actually, what your soul wishes for needs energetic intent, because you'll always get your wish, no matter what it is you wish, which kind of says, I guess, in a long ass way, that it's easy. It says this last one is show appreciation. So maybe if we don't want to end up in the way that you're talking about, like feeling maybe a bit sad about the fact that people just come and they go, whether they can stay or they're not allowed and they only get to 4, or maybe the people that choose or don't choose or end up with a situation where somebody passes at their hand, then maybe we just need to appreciate that we're all human and that we all have emotions just the same as all of us, and that I think that when we appreciate what's going on, but we have a fascination for all of us. There's a girl in this card that's like a bit angelic, but she's with a tiger. That we have the power to overcome what you'd call about your niece, the devil's under our feet. And, in Outwitting the Devil said drift is the greatest thing for him to help with humankind. He's happy for humans if we're talking about devils. And I don't care how you manifest your feelings. if we're talking about devils, then, the devil's in the detail, but it's also in the fact that actually the devil knows what the intention is, right? And if our intention is to do good, then we're not going to stop evil happening. We're not going to stop evil happening. It is part of the equilibrium, but what we focus on is what will grow. So whilst there will be nieces that pass and there will be people with cancer, and I will be doing sit down for the disabled because there'll still be disabled people, and we are all heading towards that big C or that big H or that big whatever it is you believe in is what you're going to get, because that's what the cards have just told us. What we do know is that what we do is what we create, and what we intend is what's going to come at the end of it. So if your intention's right and you still don't get wherever it is you're planning on going, what the hell does it matter? Because on the way, you'll be sending your intention to all those cars, all those people, deciding that love is the answer. And therefore, no matter what the end moment, whether it's not that you get in the car, doodling along and boom, or whether it's that it takes a while and you get the chance to say goodbye, it's the same ending. In that, I think that once we realize that gratitude is the answer, then I think we come quicker to an equilibrium. And, I want to say, I'm going to go to people. We've only got 20 minutes, but we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 people on the stage. And I'm going to go from Alexia to James to Jew and then back to Wesley. If you do want to come up, hey, Frank, hey, Shula, Joe, Matt. It's so exciting that everyone's together and everyone online as well. Thank you for your messages. My message, it's a bit distracting when my phone just keeps pinging, but it's very exciting and I'm very pleased, and it makes my heart sing. It wouldn't matter if we were only speaking one-on-one. I say only because I am speaking one-on-one right to you. I hope you can feel that, every single one of you. My heart space connects with your heart space, and I say to you today, I love you and I want to be here with you, and I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the heart space connection, and that one right deep in my soul, the one in my solar plexus, that chakra that draws up from my bottom and into my in-betweeny bits and right up into my tummy and right into my heart for you. I feel your energy and I experience you in this moment, and I'm grateful for you. I show appreciation for you, just like my cards have said, and my wish is that you can manifest your greatest intentions today and spread that around everybody that you love, particularly when you invite people to share with you whatever it is you're doing, whether it's coffee or cake, or whether it's no cake because I don't do sugar, or whether it's my coffee or your coffee. I choose my coffee, but that's up to you. And if you want to try my coffee, let me know. Don't forget, because I can send you some. If you buy a box, and if you really don't do what I suggest you do, which is take one every day for a month, and then come back to me if you still have drunk it, and you can show me that you've done that and tell me it hasn't made a difference, you can have your pennies back. I don't need them. I don't want them. I want you to be happy, healthy, and focused and calm. And able to do whatever it is you want to manifest, whether it's becoming a sit-down comedian, or whether it's running a large corporation, whether it's reinvigorating a charity and bringing it back from death, or whether it's overcoming multiple organ failure or helping millions of people. Whatever it is you want to do in your life, it might be that you want to paint a picture today with your mouth. That's what my uncle used to do. He couldn't move his body at all, but he could use his mouth, and he learned to paint with his mouth, and he was the most incredible mouth painter that you'll ever see. And his horses, because we were all horse breakers. My 7 granddads were horse breakers, and he couldn't horse break, but he could draw the energy of those horses that he would have been communing with, because we don't break horses, we communicate with them. And that's what a horse whisperer is. And my uncle was a horse whisperer through the art he had out of his mouth. So if you don't believe that energy comes out no matter which way it is, I don't care how you communicate, your energy is transmuted, it's transported between one another right here, right now. And my uncle did it through the paint on the canvas, through his mouth, and the paint on the end of that brush. In the hospital, the nunnery that he lived opposite the space that my grandma went to live to look after him when she moved from the van. So she moved out of her Romany van. She moved opposite the convent that my uncle was put in.
Jay,
yeah,
sorry,
it's all right.
I'll have to cut in because I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock when we pass. So
that's okay. I know you have, and I'm with you. And we've got
Yeah.
15 minutes. I will be there.
Yeah, no. But I've got a couple of other things to do, so I might have to disappear before we get to the end.
That's not
Sorry,
a problem. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to be rude.
You're not
but
rude.
I love what you're saying.
Yeah.
I wanted to give people an opportunity to try and understand what loving and giving actually means. I've lost 2 members of my family to cancer. I lost my dad to cancer. I lost my husband to 4 bouts of cancer. But it's what you do when you go beyond that. I lost everything to fraud. Some of you, most of you in the room will know my story. But you have a choice how you deal with it. And I just want to show you this because I need a knee replacement and it was getting worse and worse. And I'm a Ho'oponopono practitioner as well as an Organo coffee drinker. I've been drinking it longer than MJ.
You have?
I have. And I used Mourner's Prayer to ease my knee. And it is a great way of letting things go. And I'm just going to read this out for people. This is written for me, and you change the words you want, but it's extremely powerful, and I will explain to you why in a minute. Spirit of the superconscious, please locate the origins of my feelings and thoughts of the pain connected to my mortgages showing up in my knee. Take each and every level, layer, area, and aspect of my being. Come through all generations of time and eternity, healing every incident, its appendages based on the origin. Please do this according to God's will until I am filled with light and truth. God's peace, love, and forgiveness for myself and my incorrect perceptions. Forgiveness for every person, place, circumstances, and events which contributed to these feelings and thoughts. Now, the reason I've read this out is I sold another scooter yesterday to somebody, or day before yesterday, who really needed it. He was a big man. He had a really bad car accident and he couldn't get out of his house. Some of you know I'd found a particular scooter that I wanted, which is more like a car. Because I put the love out in the right way, and I've done this, I did this when I lost everything to fraud. Daniel goes on his phone yesterday, he said, I've just found your scooter, and I think it's at a price that you can probably afford to buy it. So that's where I'm going today.
Yes.
Is to upgrade the scooter yet again. Now, I told the universe I didn't want a brand new one because I'm the earth healer and everything we take comes from this earth. So I've got, by example, I can't do it by cleaning the rubbish at the moment because the prayer has eased the pain in my leg. It is connected to those mortgages, so I've got to get that sorted. Because, yes, I do need a knee replacement and it's not straightforward. But MJ and I are never straightforward in anything.
Well, you're always putting the cart before the horse, you missus.
Well, so are you.
I know, I'm just saying.
Guess who I got email from today?
I know you did. It was Chrissy. You've got Chrissy.
Yeah.
I know, my love. Manifest the shit out of that stuff, right?
Yeah, I found the M3D of my book, so I've sent that over to her because I thought that might give her a good feeling for me.
I'm very proud of you and I'm very grateful for the connections we make.
So am I. But I didn't want to tell that story as a cocky one. I wanted to explain to people the importance of this love and kindness, whether it's a coffee morning or what you do for others. When I lost absolutely everything and could have ended up on the street, I went and worked for a charity as a volunteer and ended up as a manager. It's what you do in the way you do it that matters. It is so, so important, and it can seem so corny. But one of the most important things you said, you can't change somebody else. You can't change what somebody does, but you can change the way you think about it, the way you feel about it, and the way you react to it.
Absolutely.
When I was going out and collecting the rubbish and finding fly tipping, I have to be honest, sometimes I did react, and I did have a really fly at some of my neighbours if I knew who they were.
Got to forgive ourselves even when we do that, though, right?
Yeah.
That's hardest for me, right? That's the hardest thing for me, Alexia, is forgiving myself when I don't manage it. But that's hard. I have to. So do you.
You do. And I try and do that when I come back and find time like you do to just be quiet.
We better let the boys speak, can't we, I guess?
Yeah.
I'll let you go, sorry.
That Ho'oponopono prayer is so powerful. MJ, I've been in so much pain with that knee now. I got to the point where I'm going to have to push my doctor to chase the specialist. That's how bad it's got. I went out yesterday to get the money to get this other scooter. And I was scared to go up the steps at my bank because there wasn't anything to hold on to. But I've got to trust in God, Spirit, whatever you wanted to call it, that I could get up and down those steps.
Well, I send you energy.
This is what life is about.
I've just got some energy. I did a picture last night of some energy, and I'm just sending it. I'm sending it to everybody. But that I draw energy pictures. I didn't know I drew energy pictures, by the way. So there we are. Thank you for drumming for me and turning me into an energy picture drawer. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I must do it for myself. But the Ho'oponopono prayer is so powerful. And if you want to know about that, then look up Ho'oponopono because...
Well, I tell you, Jilly and I did exactly that prayer when we were releasing my twin to be the soul that they needed to be. Because we were a little bit entwined, but then you would be, wouldn't you?
You would.
Yeah.
You would. And we all are. You said it. We are.
We are,
so
my
what
love.
you do to this planet, you're doing that to your son, your daughter, your child, but you're doing that halfway across the world as well. You
are. We're affecting everywhere from Honolulu to Hawaii to Timbuktu, if that exists. To
Hawaii, one of the great healing places on earth, and if we don't act now,
well, I don't want to break.
That is going underwater. I'm telling you now.
I know. I know. I know.
And we're if you're going around the shops now and you're thinking, oh, they've got shops and they've got that in shops, I'm going to tell you why. We've had so much rain, the soil is waterlogged. We're a country that can afford to go and buy from other countries, but this is a worldwide phenomenon. So we can't go what we want now because it isn't there.
No.
If you don't start to think about what you buy, what you use now, then it's probably won't affect you, MJ. It might affect your kids, but it won't affect me.
Well, I'll tell you this. Apparently, and I didn't mean this because I don't do it deliberately. I will do eventually when I've learnt what the hell goes on with it. But apparently you need to, or you're telling people to bring a laser focus to their life, because when we direct our energy at something, even though life's busy, that actually we have got the ability to focus and to have a look at what life's going to look like for others and ourselves. If you focus on areas that are important, harnessing the power of your intention to support those goals is important for you and everyone else on this planet. So pick a single task that will help everybody on this planet and commit to finishing it before you begin the next. It's azurite. Azurite. I don't know what azurite is, but it's green and blue. It looks like the earth. It's mottled. I'll send it you. It looks exactly like the earth. It looks like you're looking over a map on it, a map of the earth. Azurite. I'm just showing it to the camera. It's green and blue. It's got lines of blue like veins through it, and it's green like the planet. And that was the card that came. So there you go. Crazy.
But I'm going to be quiet now because I'm going to nip downstairs. And
You run away. I'll see you in 5 and we'll say hello and goodbye to Jew and James. Let's go. James, sorry to get you cut to the last 5 minutes, but I love you. He's not there. He's gone.
Talking to himself then.
He's there. Hello. I can't hear you again.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Wonderful. What a shows we've had. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Right, good. Because I am struggling with signal this morning.
Yeah,
so
I can hear it.
People, beautiful, and I'm really thankful to everyone with their shows this morning, and what an incredible week I've been blessed with, because I've just put my staff polo shirt in the washing machine for the first time from the community cycle shop that I'm volunteering at the moment. And we've sold about 5 or 6 bikes already this week.
Yes.
Which is not bad for 2 days trading.
He's a boy.
And a lot of smiling, happy faces, including the Mayor of St. Helens. She was exceedingly nice, cutting the ribbon and letting everyone flow into our beautiful shop,
So
where
proud
we can
of you.
repair and service bicycles and upcycle bicycles for the local community to help them have more smiles and move around a little bit faster.
I've got
hopefully
goosebumps.
safer.
I've got so many goosebumps. I've got so many goosebumps. I've got so many goosebumps, and I just feel like you are. I mean, I don't know what I don't even know what turquoise means, but I know it means something right now. So I think you should go. I think you should go and find out what it means, turquoise. I don't even know what turquoise.
Just having another gulp of coffee. I'm so excited today.
Yeah, good. It says apparently, yeah. Whilst authority imposes rules on our situation, the most important role you've got on this planet, I didn't choose it. I really didn't. Is your role in this world apparently is to help redesign our planet and society to become a place of fairness. So when dealing with authority figures, please know that anger won't get you anywhere, but calm assertiveness definitely will. Anytime you feel controlled or ruled by someone, ask the angels to guide you through the situation in a way that will bring about and perpetuate the most peace. In this way, you'll clear the path for others who will benefit from your peaceful servant leadership. I can't wait. I love the fact that you're a servant leader, James.
I feel like they've parked me up in front of a big cycle toolbox. It's a lovely blue colour, and I usually prefer the red colours.
Well, the card, I'm showing the card.
Absolutely blessed.
I'm showing the card, and it's showing you blessings. It says authority, and the angel's got big blue wings, and he's wearing, he's dead sexy. Again, he's not wearing a top. I don't know what goes on in heaven, but he's got a big green dress on. I'm just saying, it's more like a robe, and he's got he's in a cave. It's a very dark cave, except there's a big circle above him where somebody's cut a hole in the cave, and the light is shining down on him, and that's the light of all of the universe upon you, which I think is quite handy on a Saturday morning on World Coffee Day. It's nice when you're showered with love and gifting. How are you? I have 2 minutes and I've got to go and interview somebody for a job. How are you, Jew? Are you there? How are you? How are you? Where are you? I'm going to pull a card in case you can't on mic. And then I'm just going to tell you what you are in this last 2 minutes. How are you? Are you there yet? Hey up. This is you. It says here, it says you need some Shugite. I don't know what Shugite is. Your mind and body and spirit needs a system reboot. We're affected by our environment, the air we breathe, the products we use, the environment we're in. So you need a virtual cleanse to get rid of the sludge. When you feel foggy or drained, be careful what you're exposing yourself to. So put down all technology, be mindful, and eat some good food. Do you know what? I think that's a great idea for you today, Jew. Go and have your breakfast, have a meditation, and use that gratitude meditation I sent you, and just send some love out there, because we love you, and the universe loves you too. I'm going to go now, so I'm not late. I want to say thank you to you all. Shula, just message me, my darling, and anyone else that, wants to fall irrevocably in love with themselves and that needs to know what the government has for them, give us a shout. Love you all lots. Have a great day. Go and have a coffee and share the world, raise some money and give it to Macmillan. Love you. Bye. DM me if you want a coffee. Bye. DM me if you want a coffee. I'll give you your money back as well. Bye.